Did you know that Jamaica was one of the first countries in the Western Hemisphere to have a railway system? Yes, that's right. We were ahead of the United States and even Canada. Let's take a step back to the year 1845. The island of Jamaica, known for its vibrant culture and breathtaking landscapes, was about to embark on a journey that would change its face forever. The construction of the Western Jamaica Connecting Railway marked the inception of rail transport on the island. But this was no ordinary feat. In fact, it placed Jamaica among the pioneers of rail transport in the Western Hemisphere. Yes, you heard it right. Jamaica was chugging along the railway tracks before the United States and Canada could even whistle all aboard. Imagine that! A Caribbean island not much larger than a dot on the world map, leading the way in transportation innovation. At its peak, Jamaica's railway system covered a whopping 298 kilometers. That's like traveling the entire length of Jamaica, twice. Imagine that. A network of steel and steam stretching from one end of the island to the other, and then back again. This was the golden age of Jamaican railways, a time when the sound of a train's whistle was as common as the chirping of crickets, or the rustling of palm leaves in the wind. The rise of the railways in Jamaica was a remarkable feat of engineering and determination. The island's landscape, with its rugged mountains and lush valleys, was not the most forgiving for such ambitious construction, but the potential benefits were too great to ignore. Trains could transport goods and people across the island faster and more efficiently than ever before. It was a game changer for a country that was looking to make its mark on the world stage. And so the tracks were laid, the stations built, and the engines fired up. From the coastal plains of Montego Bay to the bustling streets of Kingston, the railways connected towns and cities that had previously been hours or even days apart. It was like the island had been stitched together, with the railway lines acting as the thread. In 1960, the Jamaica Railway Corporation was established. This was a significant moment in the history of the country's rail transport. It was a clear sign that the government recognized the value of the railways and was committed to their development and maintenance. The corporation took over the management of the existing railway lines, overseeing their operation and ensuring that they continued to serve the people of Jamaica. Under the corporation's watch, the railways thrived. Trains were the lifeblood of the island, transporting everything from sugarcane to school children. They brought goods to market, people to work, and tourists to the island's beautiful beaches and scenic vistas. They were a symbol of progress and prosperity, a testament to the ingenuity and resilience of the Jamaican people. The golden age of Jamaican railways was a time of growth and optimism. It was a time when the impossible seemed possible, when the roar of a locomotive could stir the soul and spark the imagination. It was a time when the railways were the lifeblood of the island, connecting people, places, and produce like never before. But as the saying goes, what goes up must come down, and down it went, with financial struggles and declining passenger and freight traffic. The 1970s rolled in, and with them a tide of challenges that would start to chip away at the robust structure of the Jamaica Railway Corporation. It was a time of change, a time of turbulence, and for the railways, a time of slow decline. At the center of this decline was an ever-tightening financial noose. The corporation, established in 1960, began to grapple with escalating costs. Maintenance of the vast network of tracks, trains, and stations was no small feat, and the bills kept piling up. The financial strain was evident, and the corporation found itself sinking deeper into a quagmire of debt. But it wasn't just about the money. The railways were also fighting a losing battle against a changing world. The love affair with the train was fading. Passenger numbers were dwindling, and freight traffic, once the lifeblood of the corporation, was thinning out. It was a cruel twist of fate. The very elements that had once powered the growth of the railways were now driving their downfall. The situation was further complicated by the rise of alternative modes of transport. Cars, buses, and trucks were becoming more affordable and more popular, taking away a significant chunk of the rail's customer base. The train, once the king of the road, was being sidelined. In the face of these mounting challenges, the corporation made the hard decision to start shutting down lines. One by one, the tracks fell silent. The stations, once bustling with life, became ghost towns. The trains, once a symbol of progress and connectivity, were now relics of a bygone era. The closures were not just physical, they marked a shift in the cultural landscape as well. The train, for so long an integral part of the Jamaican identity, was slowly disappearing from the collective consciousness. It was a poignant reminder of the impermanence of things, of the cycle of rise and fall that characterizes so much of human history. The decline continued well into the 80s and 90s, with the last passenger service making its final journey in 1992. It was a somber moment, a quiet end to a chapter that had spanned almost 150 years. By 1992, the last public passenger service ceased, marking the end of an era. But you know Jamaicans, we're not ones to give up easily. Even when the going gets tough, we keep on chugging along, just like our trains. Indeed, the journey of the Jamaican railway system is a testament to this resilience. As the last public passenger service came to a halt in 1992, the tracks might have seemed destined for desolation. But the spirit of the Jamaican people, much like the steam engines of old, was not so easily extinguished. Efforts to breathe life back into the railway system began to take shape. The turn of the millennium saw a glimmer of hope. The government, recognizing the potential of the railways for both transport and tourism, started to explore avenues for revival. Various plans were put on the table, from refurbishing existing lines to introducing new routes. The aim was clear: to get the trains back on track. In 2011, these efforts bore fruit, albeit briefly. The Linstead to Spanish Town line was reopened, a beacon of hope in the fight for the survival of the railways. For a moment, it seemed like the golden age of Jamaican railways was about to dawn anew. The echoes of the past reverberated once more as the trains started to chug along the tracks. However, the journey was not as smooth as hoped. The revival faced numerous challenges, from financial constraints to infrastructural hurdles. Despite these setbacks, the spirit of resilience remained. The Jamaican people, much like their beloved trains, were not deterred by the obstacles in their path. They continued to push forward, fueled by the same spirit that powered the first trains. The fight for survival is not just about reviving a mode of transport, it is about preserving a piece of Jamaican history, a symbol of the island's resilience and determination. It is about ensuring that the echoes of the past continue to resonate in the future. The journey is far from over. The challenges are many, and the path is fraught with hurdles. But the spirit of the Jamaican people, much like the trains they seek to revive, remains undeterred. They continue to chug along, fighting for the survival of their beloved railways. And so the fight for the survival of Jamaica's railways continues, fueled by the same spirit that powered the first trains. Today, only private industrial lines remain operational. But don't be too quick to write off the Jamaican railways. There's still hope on the horizon. Let's paint a picture of the present. The once bustling railway stations are silent, tracks are vacant, and the rhythmic chugging of the trains is a distant memory. The era of public passenger services has been in hiatus since the early 90s. Now the only trains you'll see are those serving the private sector, primarily the mining industry. But remember, every sunset is followed by a sunrise. The Jamaican railway system, though dormant, is not extinct. The tracks may be rusty, but they are far from forgotten. In fact, there have been several attempts to breathe life back into this sleeping giant. Who could forget the brief revival in 2011, a glimmer of hope that unfortunately flickered out too soon? But that doesn't mean the dream is dead. There is potential that is as vast as the picturesque landscapes these railways traverse. The revival of the railways could bring a myriad of benefits. Imagine tourists whisked away on scenic journeys, exploring the heart of Jamaica, its culture, history, and stunning vistas. The railways could become a unique selling point for the island, a differentiator in the crowded tourism market. But it's not just about tourism. The resurrection of the railways could also be a boon for local communities and the economy. Improved connectivity could mean better access to jobs, education, and healthcare facilities. It could also boost trade, enabling the smooth transport of goods across the island. Of course, the journey to revival won't be easy. It would require significant investment, both financial and otherwise. It would need the right blend of passion, perseverance, and patience. But the rewards could be well worth the effort. There's already a sense of optimism in the air. The government has been considering proposals for the revitalization of the railways. Various stakeholders have shown interest. The dream of a railway renaissance is alive and well. So while the present may seem bleak, the future holds promise. The story of the Jamaican railways is far from finished. It's a narrative of resilience, of rises and falls, of dreams and determination. And who knows what the next chapter might bring? So keep your fingers crossed and your tickets at the ready, because the journey of Jamaica's railways is far from over. Thank you for visiting the channel. Please like and subscribe for more interesting videos.